Another brick fan with a LEGO Ideas set. This is the International Space Station. This is set 21321, was released in February 2020, has 864 pieces, 2 nano figures, and cost about $70 when it was released. Although it's not very substantial, it is wide and pretty tall. I like how they built the stand. We'll take a look at that in a second. It's essentially built in 3 sections in my mind. Each side has a bunch of solar panels. And then you have the central area where all of the living quarters, labs, and other things are. So let's take a closer look at one of the sides. Here are the solar panels, and both sides are done the same way. And these are done out of essentially 2 different kinds of printed tiles. So you have these 1x3 with a clip, and then you have the 1x4 tiles that have 2 solar panels printed on each one. These are set on Technic pins here, as you can see, and they can be angled to catch the sun. So they can be angled this way, and then the whole section rotates as well. And you can see there are a couple of these other large white panels. The center part of the station, as you see here, has a bunch of living quarters, kind of the docking area. There are some hatches here. So a lot of these rotate. They're just connected with Technic pins. But you can see this hatch here is a nice printed piece on a round 2x2 tile. And that's kind of in a metallic silver color. There's another hatch up over here as well. So those are a nice little detail. There's a bunch of these silver satellite dishes around. You can see a couple more there in the back. There is this robotic arm that can be moved around or articulated. It's a little fragile, but you can move this around so that this bar can grab something or move something in and out. So there's a good docking bay right here. Also, and you can see that has these clips that can move around and kind of attach. And there are some hatches on these as well, kind of a printed piece. It looks like a soda can print on the tops of those. Moving down around the base of the stand, there's quite a few different pieces down here. So there are the 2 nano figures, which we'll take a close look at. Here are our 2 astronaut nano figures. They come with this set. I think they turned out nicely. They've got the dark sun visors there on and some good printing of the spacesuit. Like most nano figures, they are completely plain in the back, so they're definitely designed to be displayed on that stand from the one angle. There's also this smaller satellite, which is just built up with those solar panels. This panel is a 2x3 with a clip here that creates those solar panels for this little satellite. They have another little module here, just kind of built up for kind of a deck. It looks almost like a capsule, like maybe one of the command modules from the lunar missions. You probably noticed this printed tile here for the International Space Station, done in this white on black, and a little bit of silver in there, which I think turned out quite nicely. And then back behind it is a shuttle. Now I'm assuming they did this shuttle pretty much to scale with the space station. It has the cockpit up front here. I like how the engines were done in the back, where you have the 2 side by side and the one that's kind of angled up a little bit to give you an idea of the different thrusters that are available in the back. I like the choice of this tailpiece. I think it fits really well with the space shuttle. You, of course, have the sloping here that would represent the bay doors for the shuttle bay. And then the front piece here kind of adds that cone effect. So a very effective small model of the space shuttle, which unfortunately isn't flying anymore. But there is a spot down here on the stand that holds that space shuttle in place, as you can see here. how it fits right in there with the other little accessories that come with this. Going back up, let's go ahead and get this turned around. And if you look at it from the side here, you can see that there's quite a bit of additional pieces built onto the back here. The International Space Station is kind of designed to be modular, so it puts on different labs and living spaces and things as necessary. They've kind of built it up over the years. There are these additional panels here that are on a Technic pin, so those can rotate slightly and be repositioned as necessary. You can see here's another printed tile that has more solar panels on it, so a different type of solar panel here. Lots of these 2x3s with the clips, and then using different post pieces here to attach those onto. There's a smaller hatch you may notice down here, the soda can cap to represent the hatch. Several of these silver satellite dishes. It's all kind of connected together. Looking in, you can see some more detailing down in here, some more satellite, some more solar panels, additional attachments inside of the International Space Station. So lots of little details and lots of pieces kind of put together to show the modular nature, or at least the constantly expanding nature of this space station. As a part of the ideas theme, this was submitted by a fan designer and voted through the LEGO Ideas site, and then finally approved by LEGO. I'll put a picture of the original concept model up here on the screen. I think this turned out quite well. It was fairly easy to build. Lots of small pieces, so thinking of the value of this set, it is 864 pieces for $70, which falls under the 10 cent per piece, but as I said, lots of small pieces, however, lots of printed pieces. So I think the value is pretty fair. It is a fairly large model, although it's not super beefy or very substantial, but I think it captures the essence of the International Space Station and certainly looks good on display. I hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this Ideas set. I'm going to get going on my next video, and until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to see more of my content. I've left a link to some of my other videos up here on the screen.